Hi, and welcome to BremSter Puzzles. I'm back to Sudoku U, the series of puzzles, in this case created by the students of FullDeck and Missing a Few Cards as Puzzles and Paradoxes class. And today we're doing a puzzle called Combustion by Stine, which of course was in Signet Sudoku Volume 3. There'll be a link below to this puzzle as well as to where you can get Signet Sudoku Volume 3. And I just am kind of wanting to get into this puzzle because I've got nothing else to really call out. So let's just have a look at Combustion by Stine. What have we got? We've got normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Anti-king. Cells that are chess kings move apart cannot contain the same digit. So, for example, if we were to pick on this digit, normally it couldn't go in any of these cells because it can't repeat in row and column. But in this puzzle, it also can't go in any of those cells. So these three in particular, because if this was a slightly large chessboard, a king could move to any of those spaces. So basically any cell that touches a digit, even diagonally, cannot contain the same digit. Dutch whisper lines. So they're a bit like German whisper lines, except the constraint is a little less. Adjacent digits on an orange line must have a difference of at least 4, or differ by at least 4. So those digits will have a difference of at least 4. Those digits, a difference of at least 4. Renban. Digits along a purple Renban line form a set of non-repeating consecutive digits in any order. So for example, these could be 1, 2, 3, and they could be in any order, 1, 2, and 3. That would be fine. But 1, 2, 4 does not work because if you were to take them off and sort them, 1, 2, 4 is not a run of digits. If you take the digits off a line and sort them, they must be a run of digits. And then odd, cells marked with a grey circle must be odd. That's it. They're the rules of the... they're the rules of the puzzle. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. Let's give this a shot. So I can see this has to be 1, 3, or 9 because it's an odd digit and it sees 5 and 7. This one has to be 1, 3, or 7 because it sees 5, 9, and it must be odd. Okay, this line. There must be a 3 on this. There must be a 3 on this line because this line, I could do 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4. They're the only possibilities for a 3-cell long Renban line with a 2 on it. So 3 must be in one of those two. And if 3 is in one of those two, that can't be a 3 because that sees a 3 here in the box and a here in the row. So that can't be a 3. I'm not going to keep the pencil mark across the line, but that is a 1 or a 7. Okay, might not be able to be 7. Okay, so these have to be at least 4 different from 7. If you add 4 to 7, for a 4 difference, it's 11 or higher, which doesn't work. So if you subtract 4 from 7, these are 1, 2, 3. But if this is a 7, this would have to be at least 4 less than 7 the same. This would be from 1, 2, 3, and those couldn't have a 4 difference because this would be 1, 2, 3, this would be 1, 2, 3. That's a 1. And this has to be... 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a terrible pencil mark. But this has to be at least 5 and it can't be 9. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. But now I've got 1, 5 and 7 see that cell. This line, that is a 9-cell length line. Yellow may not be the right color to use in this grid. Let's use blue. That is a 9-cell length line. So it has all of the digits on it. Well, this is a bit restricted because this has to be within 2 of 5. Because this could be 3, 4, 5, 6. So this could be 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7 only. That one can't be a 7. So that one can't, oh no, that could be a 6 if these are 4, 6. There's no 1 here. Okay. This is 6, 8 or 9. This has to, you have to add 4. So it's 6, 7, 8 or 9. It can't be 7. Well, hang on. There is a restriction here. this can't be 1, 2, 3 anymore. This 1 means this can't be 1, 2, 3. This is 2, 3, 4. This is a 3, 4 pair, and that's the odd digit. That is a 3 and a 4. That 1 forced this line to be 2, 3, 4. So this isn't a 3. This is a 4 or a 6. 7 in this box is in one of those. Five on this line is in one of those. Four in this box is in one of those. One in this box is restricted. I can't put one, can't be in any of those or those. So it's in one of those four, but I can't put one on this line. Because if I put one on this line would become 1, 2, 3, and that can't be any of 1, 2, or 3. So 1 is in one of those two. Which puts 1 in one of those two. Three in this box. Okay, something, something, something. Well, this is 3, 7, or 9. Yeah, this is 3, 7, or 9 because it's odd, because it does have a circle in it. Oh, similarly, this is 1, 5, or 9. Sorry, not 1, 5, or 9. 1, 3, 5, or 3, 5, or 9. Because it can't be 1 or 7. But this is 3, 7, or 9, but it's 2 away from that. If this is 3, this would have to be 4 higher than... hang on, no. If this was 9, this 5, I think, means that that had to be 3, because I can't... On a Dutch whisper line, it acts a lot like a German whisper line, where it's going to have to alternate from below 5 to above 5, from below 5 to above 5, unless you have a 5 available in order to switch the way that alternates, because a 5 can go next to a 1 or a 9. So you could go on a line, say 1, 5, 9, and that means that 2 away could be different polarities. But I can't do that here. So this is a 2 or a 3. So this has to be at least 4 away. So this is 6, 7, 8, or 9, because I can't make it anything else. If I add 4 to 2, I end up at 6, 7, 8, or 9. But a 9 here, if I subtract 5, because I can't add, I have to put 5 or lower, and I can't. And a 7 here is just as bad. So this is a 3, which means this is a 9, which means this isn't a 9. And 1, 7, and 9, see that? This is also a 3 or a 5. So that is a 3, 5 pair. And these are all even, 2, 4, 6, and 8. I can't put 8 in either of those because they've got to be consecutive with the 3 and the 5. Those are 2, 4, 6. This one can't be a 2. So 3, that can't be a 6 because it needs to be at least 4 away. 3 is down here somewhere, but it's not in the middle because of the 3, 5 pair. Wait, 5 can't go in any of those cells, and it can't go in a Renban with a 5. 5 is in one of those two. So now this line is restricted the same way that one was. It has to be from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So where's the 8 in this box? It's in one of those 4. So 8 is in one of those 4. But 2 is the same. I can't put 2 on this line because 2, 3, 4 doesn't get me high enough. I can't put 2 on this line because you can't put 2 on a 3-cell Renban with a 5, and I can't put 2 on this line. So 2 is in here. But I think that's even more restricted, because if this was a 2, I couldn't put 1 in either of those cells because there'd be only a single difference, and the same with 2 here. 2 isn't in either of those. This is a 1-2 pair, and 8 is in one of those two. And that takes 2 out of both of those. But that's a 4-6 pair, and this is an 8. So now, but if this is a 1-2 pair, if that's an 8, 8 isn't, yeah, that's not doing it. Okay. Two in this box. I'm just trying to figure out if I can force 2 down here, and I don't think I can. This is odd. 1, 7, or 9. If this was a 1, the maximum that could be would be 3, which is too close to the 1. This is just a 7 or 9, and the 9 is looking up, making that a 7. So these can only be from 5, 6, 8, and 9. There's no 5 there. There's no 8 there. So I can never put a 9 on this line. Well, sorry, that can't be a 9. Because if this was a 9... Sorry, this can't be a 9, because if this is a 9, this would have to be an 8, and it can't be. So that one's not a 9. This is a 6 or an 8. 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. If this is a 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. I think all of those work. Okay. Well, 7 looking down means that's not a 7. So this is now either 3, 4, 5 or 4, 5, 6. There must be a 4 in here. So if there's a 4 on this line, it's there. But there doesn't need to be, I don't think. Because this could be 5, 6, 7. This isn't a 2 because of King's move. There's probably more King's move stuff I'm missing, and I just... So far, though, every digit that is being forced by King's move or is being pressured by King's move is also either on the same Renban or next to each other on a Dutch Whisper line, which means it couldn't be the same digit anyway. 5 on this blue line can't be in any of those or those. It's in one of those. Oh, it can't be there either. It's in one of those two. 7 on the blue line is in one of those 3. I've already got 3 on the line. 9 on the line isn't in any of those. No, it could be there. So it's in one of those 3. No, it's not. It can't be in those because of these two 9s. 9 is up here. So it's not in those and it's not in those. 9 is in one of those 2. So this isn't a 9. This is a 1, this is a 1. This is a 3, that's a 3. Is it something with these? That's a 1, 2, 3 triple. They can't repeat digits. because they see each other. That one sees that one by King's Move, that one in the column. They see each other. So this is a triple. And they all see that digit. If this was a 3, that would be a 2, that would be a 1, and that would have no fill. There must be a 3 in one of those two. That's the 5. That's the 3. 3 can only go next to 4, and that's the 6. Meaning that's not a 6. That triple is really cool. Need something more, though. I really need something more. Well, 2 in this box can't go in any of those. So it's up here, not there. So 2 is in one of those two. So 2 is down here. Except where's 2 in this column? 2 can't go in any of the ones where there's already digits. 2 can't go here because this has a 5 on it. So 2, 3, 4, 5 doesn't work on a 3-cell line. And 2 can't go here because of this. 2 is in one of those two. So this isn't a 2. 2 is in one of those two. This is only 6 or 7. Oh no, 5, 6 or 7. Could be a 5. 4 difference, not 5. Nine is, oh, this isn't a 7 anymore. Seven in this row, can't be in any of those. It's there or there. Or there. Oh. Keep looking at these lines, these lines here, thinking I want to use them somehow, but I'm not sure how. So this is from 1 to, right, this has to be lower than this. So 9, the furthest away it could be, minus 4 is 5. So this is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it can't be 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it can't be 2 by King's Move. So it's 1, 3, 4. One of those has to be 8 or 9. So I was looking at 9s then and still not seeing anything. Oh, it can't be 3 because 3 is in one of those two. So 3 isn't in any of those. 3 is in one of those 3. So what? This line. Is that restricted? Could still be 2, you know. I was wondering whether I could restrict 2 to down here, but this could be 2 if that's 1. With 1 there, 2 here, putting 2 down here. That seems to be okay. What can these be? They can't be 5. So these are from 6, 7, or 8. Because 5 is not available and they have to be at least 5 higher. So these are 6, 7, and 8. And must contain an 8. So 4 in this column is, oh, it could be there. Well, where's 4 on this blue line? It's in one of these. I'm not seeing that either. I've got all the odd cells marked now. Oh! Sometimes these puzzles are mean. Am I having to parity color these? I don't see how, because these could just swap with a 5. There's so many places I can put 5 along these lines. Well, on this line, I could put a 5 there. On this line, I can put a 5 almost anywhere. Is it this line? Because this line is all 9 digits. So 4 has to go somewhere in here. No, that's not it. I feel it's this central box, but I can't quite see it. This line is from 3, 4. So this is 3, 4, 6, or 7 only. And it's not 3. So if this line is if this is a 3, this is 3, 4, 5. And I don't see a problem with that. Five is not in any of those. Five can't be here, because 5 would need this to be a 1 or a 9, and it can't be. So 5 isn't in any of those. So 5 is in one of those 3. I'm very lost. Because this is still just 5 or higher. 3 is in one of those 3. I'm not even seeing any anti-king shenanigans I can pull off. There is a 4 in one of those 2. There is an 8 in one of these 2. The 9 on the blue line is in here. So where's the 2 on the blue line? By column, it's in one of those 2. The 3 on the blue line I have. The 4 on the blue line is in one of these. The 5 on the blue line is here, here, or here. The 6 on the blue line, as far as I can tell, can be any of them. The 7 on the blue line is down here. So is one of these quite naked? Like, what can this be? It could be 2, 4, can't be 5, can be 6, can't be 7, can't be 8, can't be 9. 2, 4, 6, 1 can be 2, 3 can be 4, 5 can be 6, can't be 7, can't be 8, can't be 9. This is 2, 4, 6. This might be the same. No, I can add 7. 2 can't be 3, 4 can't be 5, 6 can be 7, can't be 8 or 9. 2, 4, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6 here along this line. This is feeling very not right. Like, not the right way to solve it. This is feeling like just terrible whittling. Because this line isn't restricted. 1 and 2 can go next to any of those digits. I know 3, 4, and 5 are in here. 3 is in one of those, 4 is in one of those, 5 is in one of those. So 5 is in one of those two. Because 5 is in one of those, 5 is here. 5 is in one of those two. But again, that's not forcing anything. And I can't restrict this digit because this could be 3, 4, 5, which doesn't force that. This could be 3, 4, 5, which doesn't force any of that. One of these has to be 3, 4. One of these has to be 3, 4, 5 because there's a 3 in one of those. So either that's a 4 or that's a 4. If this is a 3, it goes 4, 5. If this is a 3, it goes 4, 5. So one of those two is a 4. If that's a 4, if this is 3, 4, 5, this is 4, 5, 6. If this is 3, 4, 5, then there's no 3 here. And if this is 3, 4, 5, there's no 3 or 4 on, oh, there could be a 4 on the line. Could I put 7 in here, I think is a question. If this is 7, 6, I don't see why not. Could I not put 7 in here? If I put 7 in here, this becomes 7, 5, that becomes 6. If this is 7, if I put 7 on one of those two, this becomes 6 and this becomes 7, 8, and that doesn't work. There's no 7 on those. There's no 7 on those. 7 is in one of those two. That's a 7, 8 pair. There's no 6 there. This is a 7, 8 pair. That was tricky to see. But that's not forced. This is 4 or 6. I still don't get it. Is it this triple? The only cell that triple sees, or the only cells that triple sees are those ones. That digit could go in any of those 3. I don't understand. If this is a 3, this is a 4. If this is a 3, that's a 4. This is 1, 3, 4, or 5, because it has to be at least 4 away from the 9, and it can't be a 2, but even that's not restricted. And that digit on the blue line is in any of those. Seven is still able to be in any of... Oh, hang on, that can't be a 7 now. This is a 7, 9 pair. 7 can't go in any of those. 7 is not in any of those. This is a 7, 9 pair, and that's a 5. That's what I've missed. This is a 7, 9 pair. This 7 takes 7 out of those. that 7 sees that one, and the 7-8 pair means 7's not in any of those. This is a 7-9 pair. So that's a 5 because 5 had to be up here because 5 and 5. 1, these are 2 and 6, which are 4 apart, fortunately, which means there's no 6 in here. So 6 has to be up here. And this is a 4-6 pair. There's no 3 there. This is a 4-6 pair. Wow, that was a tricky spot. That's the 3, that's the 5, that's the 4 to connect them, and there's no 4 in those. This is a 2-6 pair. So we've got 1, 2, 3. We need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 4 and 5, and the 5 makes that the 4, and that the 5. There's no 4 or 5 there. This is just 1 or 3. That is really tricky. I found it really tricky. The 4 makes that the 6 and that the 4. So this column, 1, 2, and 8. So this is 2 or 8. 1, 2, or 8. If this is 6, 2, 2, 8, but there must be a 2 in one of those two, because if I don't put a 2 in one of those two, then 6 and 8 are too close together. So what are these digits now? They can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and must contain a 7. So this can't be a 6. Because if this is a 6, this couldn't be a 5 because of that. So it'd have to be a 7, and then I couldn't put 7 in either of those. That's not a 6. If this is an 8, so if this is a 7, this is 6 or 8, and if this is 8, this couldn't be 7, it's 9. That's only 6, 8, or 9. I'm now wondering if there's Sudoku I'm missing. I'm now knowing there's Sudoku I'm missing. I just don't know where. 3 is up here in one of those. Oh, but I've already proved 3 is in one of those two by this triple. So that's a 3, that's a 2. That's a 1, that's a 4. The 1 makes that the 2 and that the 1, which looks up saying that's not a 1. So this is an 8 or a 9 by box logic. But I can use this, surely. A 2, that couldn't be a 1, it'd have to be a 3, and an 8 makes it 7 or 9. Three makes this 1, which puts 1 in one of those two. That is 1, 2, or 3. Right, this is 1, 2, or 3 only, because even with a 9, I have to subtract at least 4, making it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it can't be 2, 3, 4, or 5 by King's Move or Sudoku. That is a 1. So this is now at least 1 plus 4 is 5. So it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now it can't be 7 because of the 7 in the column. But I could swap parity here by putting a 9 there, I think. 9 is in one of those 3. So this quadruple now? Well, 4 is in one of those two. Because it's 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 is in one of those two by Sudoku. I'm looking for Sudoku because I'm lost. 3 is not in any of those. No, 4 is not in any of those. Two in this column. It's not in any of those or any of those. 2 is in one of those two. Four is up here. 7, 9 here means that this is a 3, which means this is consecutive, so that's a 2. Which means this is an 8, this is a 2, that's a 7, that's a 6. There's no 6 here, and 7 is only consecutive with 8. There's no 8 here. The 8 makes that the 9, which makes that the 8, which makes that the 7 and that the 8. The 7 makes that the 9 and that the 7. The 2, 6 still isn't resolved that I can see. That doesn't resolve that. The 2 makes this the 6. I could have used the 2 in the column. So this now has to be at least 4 lower than 6. Right, well, what's this triple? This is a 1, 8, 9, and 8 and 9 are both too close to 6. That's the 1. This is an 8 or a 9. Which means that can't be a 9, or I couldn't put 9 in either of those by King's move. This is a 5 or a 6. But this now has to be lower, 5 or lower, because of the 4 difference. And 1, 3, 4, and 5 are gone. That is the 2. That's a 5, 6 pair in the row. This puzzle is mean. It's not bad, it's mean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. So these are 5, 6, and 9. That one's not a 6. So this has to be at least 4 lower than 8. So it's 1, 2, 3, or 4, because it can't go up. It's not a 1. It's not a 3. It's not a 1 or a 3. It's 2 or 4. And it's not a 4. This is a 2. So this now is at least 4 higher than 2. So it's 6 or higher. So it's 6, 7, 8, 9. Now it can't be 6 because that would knock 6 out of both of those. It can't be 8. So it's 7 or 9, and it can't be 7. That is a 9, which doesn't restrict. Well, hang on, it does, because 6 and 2 are too close together. That's the 2, that's the 6. This is now a pair. 1, 2, 3, and 7. The 3 is looking down, making that the 7, and that the 3. This column is missing 4, 5, and 6. So this is 4, 5, 6, and it's not 6. This is 4, 5, 6, and that's not it. I'm now down to a tricky knight's move puzzle. 6, 7, 8, 9. Where's 7 in this row? That 7 says not there. That's the 7. This is 6, 8, or 9. So it's 8 or 9, giving me an 8, 9 pair, making that the 6. 6, 7, that's a 5. So that's a 4, meaning that's the 6. Meaning this isn't a 6. The 5, 9 pair makes this the 6. And now I'm down to corners without much to go on. So I'm basically looking at quads. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and 8. 3, 5, and 6 makes that the 8. The visualization both helps me find the naked singles and hopefully helps people following on the video find as well, because without video explanation, it can get very tricky. There must be a 6 in one of those two. That 6 looks down saying not there. That's the 6. The 3 makes that the 5 and that the 3. Therefore, where's the 4 in this box? It's there. And this is the missing 5, which means that's the 9. That's the 5. But these are now 1 and 7. And the 1 looks down, making that the 7 and that the 1. There we go. And this is now going to fall apart. The 8 looks up, making that the 9, which makes that the 8, which makes that the 9. Into this, I need to put a 1, which must go here by Sudoku. This is now a triple. It's easier to put it in so to be able to follow. 2, 7, 8 go in, but there's a 2 here, which takes the 2 out of those, making that the 2. The 7 makes that the 8 and that the 7, and now we're down to a single box. The 4 looks across, taking 4 out of there, put the 4 in, put in the triple to make it easier to follow. 3, 8, and 9. The 8 in row 1 takes the 8 out of those, making that the 8, and then the 9 looks up, making that the 3 and that the 9, and that is the solution to the puzzle. 55 solves in a year and a half. Yeah, we can make that number go up. Make number go up. It's a common thing in gaming. It's a common thing in many hobbies. Let's do it in puzzles. Make number go up. Combustion by Stine. This was hard. This is one of the hardest Sudoku U puzzles I can remember. Maybe I missed an important trick. 40 minutes for a Sudoku U puzzle. Yeah, that one I found tricky. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. I did. It definitely taxed the mental bit. And yeah, as always, good luck with your solving.